do you think there are obstacles? When we talk about affordable housing, there's still obstacles in the way, and sometimes there's a stigma behind that as well. Where do you see some of those obstacles are, and how do we address some of them? I know it's a big topic, but just I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
So, I mean, there's a lot of different components to that, and looking at it from, say, a personal lens, just from a person who's looking to access affordable housing, we have this issue where we continuously put affordable housing in our large urban centers. So for a community like Airdrie, currently we have 44 units of affordable housing for a population of over 77,000 people. And so when we need affordable housing, and when affordable housing dollars are dished out, they're dished out to Calgary because that's our large urban center. And I'll use some air quotes here, but we are close enough to Calgary. And that saying drives me bananas, because we are close enough for some things. We're close enough if you need to go, to the Costco, where you need to go access a specialized medical service. Like, we're close enough for certain things. But in an emergency situation, we are not close enough.
Absolutely.
And I apologize, I'll probably get a little emotional here, but
okay.
So my dad is a low-income senior. He had a stroke 12 years ago now, and he needed affordable housing. And so he was shipped off to Calgary. And he had, he fell quite frequently in his suite, and he was living independently. And there was one day when he called me and said, I need you to come change a light bulb. A light bulb burnt out. Well, it's an hour and a half round trip commute to get to him. So, this was late in the evening. So I'm like, okay, I'll come tomorrow. We'll change that light bulb. Him being the stubborn Saskatchewan farmer that he was, decided he'd get up on a ladder and do it himself. And he fell. And it was nearly 14 hours before he could drag himself to a phone to call for help.
Oh, wow.
And so when I think about that situation, and I think about the fact that if affordable housing had existed for him in Airdrie, I could have been there in 5 minutes, right? Could have gone and changed that light bulb, could have done that. But instead, we decided to put him in Calgary, and we have this massive drain on resources, because when he calls 911, police, ambulance, fire, they all show up. So if we really think about this from a holistic view and a strategic point, if you want to be saving money and keeping people healthier, keep them with their support systems, keep them with their families, and let people age in place and access housing where they live. And that's how you reduce that drain on your first responders and your resources, and you give people a better quality of life. So that is one that's one barrier to accessing affordable housing. And it's just where we're allocating the dollars and where we're putting the affordable housing. So, even for Airdrie residents now, if they need to access affordable housing, we don't have a housing management body in Airdrie. The province has said no to us having one in Airdrie. And so again, we have to send people to Calgary. We're like, we can't help you here. You have to go to Calgary. So from a person basis, that is a huge barrier. And then from the municipal basis, when we're trying to provide affordable housing, again, there's all these barriers. There's just layers and layers of barriers from different levels of government for us to access funding or even just be able to offer those services in smaller communities.